Have you ever wondered why some women seem to effortlessly attract love that feels nourishing, protective, and devoted, while others find themselves stuck in cycles of disappointment? It's not about looks. It's not about age. It's not about having the perfect career or the most flawless figure. The truth is, high-quality love responds to a certain kind of energy, a feminine energy that doesn't chase, doesn't force, but simply draws in. This isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about something deeper, a way of being, a way of existing in the world that silently communicates. I am valuable, I am soft, I am open, and I am worthy of being cherished. And once you understand these feminine secrets, love begins to feel less like a battlefield and more like a homecoming. It starts with self-worth, not the loud, performative kind where you plaster affirmations on your mirror, but secretly doubt them inside. No, the quiet kind. The kind that shows up in the way you carry yourself, the way you say no without apology, the way you don't beg for crumbs when you know you deserve the feast. When a woman truly values herself, she doesn't need to explain it. It radiates from her presence. She becomes like a diamond, brilliant, undeniable, and rare. People sense it before she even speaks. High-quality men, the ones who are serious, intentional, and ready to love, are instantly drawn to this energy. Not because she's playing hard to get, but because she simply isn't easy to forget. But value alone isn't enough. Feminine energy is also about softness. And I don't mean weakness. I mean the kind of softness that allows you to feel, to express, to be vulnerable without shame. The world often tells us to toughen up, to stop caring, to build walls around our hearts. But walls don't just keep out pain, they keep out love. A feminine woman knows how to let those walls down with the right person. She knows that vulnerability is not a liability, it's a magnet. Because when you allow yourself to be soft, you invite a man to step into his strength. You give him space to protect, to provide, to love. And this creates polarity, that delicious tension between masculine and feminine that makes love feel alive. Then comes the art of receiving. This one is harder than it sounds. Many of us have been conditioned to overgive, to prove our worth through effort, to say, see, I deserve love because of how much I do. But true feminine energy doesn't prove, it receives. Receiving a compliment without downplaying it. Accepting help without guilt. Letting yourself be adored without rushing to return the favor. This isn't greed, it's grace. Think about it. When a man opens a door for you and you smile, thank him, and allow the moment to happen, you're not just accepting the gesture, you're affirming your worthiness of being cared for. And in that instant, he feels like a man in your presence. That exchange, his giving, your receiving, is what builds polarity. Of course, being soft and receptive doesn't mean being without boundaries. In fact, boundaries are one of the most feminine, magnetic things a woman can have. Boundaries say, I know my worth so deeply that I refuse to settle for less. And this isn't about being cold or harsh. It's about being clear. A treasure is never left unguarded. A queen doesn't entertain just anyone who approaches her throne. High-quality men respect this. In fact, they crave it. A boundary doesn't push away a man who's truly ready. It calls him to rise, to meet you where you are. And if he can't, then your boundary has done its job. It has protected your heart from what isn't meant for you. But here's the secret most people miss. Attracting high-quality love isn't just about seriousness. It's about play. Feminine energy is light, joyful, a little mischievous at times. It's the spark in your laughter, the twinkle in your eye, the way you can turn an ordinary moment into something unforgettable. Men live in a heavy world, responsibilities, pressures, expectations. A woman who can bring him back to joy, who can remind him of fun and spontaneity, becomes irresistible. Not because she's entertaining him, but because she awakens something he's been longing to feel. And yet, she doesn't give it all away at once. Feminine energy carries mystery, not the kind that's manipulative or distant, but the kind that leaves him curious, wondering, drawn in. You don't have to overshare your whole life story on the first date. You don't need to explain every detail of your emotions. When you hold back just enough, when you leave space for him to discover you layer by layer, you create a rhythm of intrigue. Love becomes a dance, not a transaction. And mystery is the music that keeps it alive. But even in this dance, challenges will come. Misunderstandings, differences, moments where emotions run high. And here, another feminine secret reveals itself: the power of emotional regulation. Anyone can react. Few can respond. A feminine woman doesn't bottle up her feelings. She expresses them with grace. Instead of yelling, "You never listen to me," she might say, "When I feel unheard, I shut down. And I don't want that with you." See the difference? One pushes love away, the other pulls it closer. High-quality men aren't looking for perfection, but they are drawn to women who can communicate with softness, even when emotions are strong. Because that kind of woman feels safe, nourishing, worth building a life with. And what fuels all of this? Rituals, the way you care for yourself. Feminine women don't wait for a man to make their life beautiful. They already live in beauty. They light candles, buy themselves flowers, take long baths, move their bodies, feed their souls. This isn't about vanity, it's about vibrancy. When you feel good in your own skin, when you fill your own cup, you glow. And that glow, it's magnetic. It says, without words, "I am full, I am radiant, and I welcome love into my already beautiful world." This is why high-quality women don't try to control men. They don't demand change, nag, or push. Instead, they inspire. Through their radiance, their joy, their standards, they awaken something inside a man. He wants to be better, not because she told him to, but because her very presence makes him want to rise. This is the quiet, soft power of feminine energy. The power to inspire without force, to guide without demanding, to influence without control. And finally, the greatest secret of all. High-quality love comes when you're already living a high-quality life. If you're waiting for love to complete you, you'll always feel empty. But when you are already fulfilled, when you pursue passions, nurture friendships, cultivate joy, love becomes the cherry on top, not the whole cake. High-quality men are drawn to women who are alive in themselves, who don't make him their world, but invite him into a world already blooming with beauty. That's the kind of love that lasts. Two whole people meeting, not two halves searching for completion. So, what are the feminine secrets to attracting high-quality love? It's not tricks. It's not games. It's self-worth, softness, receiving, boundaries, playfulness, mystery, emotional regulation, rituals of beauty, inspiring instead of controlling, and living a life you already love. When you embody these, you don't chase love, it chases you. You don't beg for scraps, you're offered devotion. You don't wonder if you're worthy, you know you are. Because the deepest secret of all is this: the love you attract is always a reflection of the love you give yourself. So the real question is not, will love find me? The real question is, am I ready to finally receive the kind of love I have always deserved? Thank you, my love, for spending this time with me. I hope these words touched your heart and reminded you of your worth. If you found value here, don't forget to like this video. Share it with another woman who deserves high-quality love, and subscribe for more feminine wisdom. Until next time, stay radiant, stay soft, and remember, the love you dream of is already on its way to you. Sparkles, thank you for watching.